The Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to a $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I'm your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, as usual, is the one and only Joel Meyer. Joel, once again, Panthers in 6. Panthers are Stanley Cup champions over the Edmonton Oilers.
It's a glorious day in Vancouver for those who actually celebrate hockey and actually celebrate the Vancouver Canucks, unlike all the fake, the casuals, the people who tolerate the Edmonton Oilers occupying our bars and cheering on Team Canada as though Edmonton has anything to do with Vancouver. Fuck them. But yeah, it's been I stayed up till 5 a.m. last night just celebrating. I was listening to all the Panthers do their pots and pans celebrations there at the Elbow Room. It's been a glorious night. So I was hungover in the morning. I plan to get a haircut. As you can see, I'm getting very long.
It's looking fine. It's looking fine. Yeah.
Thanks. But hopefully I can get a haircut after this show if I'm still in the right condition. But this morning's been very, very laid back. Just listening to the media talking about the series and digesting everything that happened. And it's been a wild ride. I wish we could have got a Game 7 just for the pure entertainment of it, because it's been a hell of a series. Wasn't really a super entertaining last couple games, but over the whole series, I think that it was one of the more entertaining Stanley Cup Finals, I thought, anyway. Even last year, I think, even though it went to 7, I don't think that it was as good as this one. Then again, I was watching in a German hotel at 3 or 4 in the morning when I was blacked out. So maybe I don't have the best recollection of what happened. But tremendous series. It's been a grind. We're going to say farewell to the 2024-25 hockey season tonight. And yeah, it's I can't wait for the next one. I don't know. I feel very positive about the Panthers right now. I love this team. We can get into that, but yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I mean, a Game 7 would have been great, but I may not have cashed my 100-1 Sam Bennett Conn Smythe bet. So I'm fine with the Panthers winning it in 6. Sam Bennett getting the Conn Smythe just barely over Brad Marchand. I think was very close there. I think like 6 or 7 points, something like that.
Thanks to the Athletic guys, they all voted Sam Bennett.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Bennett was clearly better than Marchand for the entire postseason. But yeah, I mean, looking at here, then I'll share this tab up right now if I can find it. Where is this on Restream? Okay, there we go. Let me screen share here. Here's the voting. I mean, yeah, you see Bennett, Marchand, Bennett.
I ask you how you're doing. We're going right into
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Oh, I wasn't doing too great on Monday. We took a impromptu trip to Atlantic City Sunday night. Just one night. Came back on Monday on the train. Some freight train ahead of us hits something on the track. So we're just sitting there for half an hour, just on the train. Just like, we're so close to Philly. Philly's the next stop, like 15 minutes away. And we're just sitting there. I'm like, fuck this. I got a podcast tonight. I'm already not in a great mood. So they had to take the train back. We had to, you could either like exchange and it would have taken longer, but we just took an Uber. So we had to, so that was bad. I forgot to bring that up on Monday's night show, but hockey season is over. I'm doing good. I feel like I'm not as ready as you are for the next one. I feel like I do need some sort of break here. I mean,
I definitely need a break.
Yeah, the past 2 months we've just been pouring over Conn Smythe odds, over series odds, trying to find value here and there. So the break is going to be very nice. But I'm doing good. It's going to be hot here in Philadelphia the next few days. Very humid. So excited to be inside, not have to worry about, not have to sweat out any bets because I'll be sweating out the humidity. So I'm doing good. Excited for the off season. Excited to relax a little bit. I'm not gonna be able to talk with you as much because we do fewer podcasts in the off season, but maybe we'll find something to do weekly or whatnot.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, we gotta keep in touch. We gotta talk some tennis. We gotta talk some
yeah,
golf.
tennis, golf. What's next? We got Wimbledon in early July, and then U.S.
It's
Open
only a couple weeks
late
away.
August, right? Yeah,
Yeah. The U.S. Open hands the torch off to the NFL. I think it's the week before the NFL starts is when the final is for the U.S. Open, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's golf and tennis season. So not a lot of night sports for us, but that's what television is for. We're gonna catch up on all our shows.
Yeah. You got baseball going on, but like that's the dog days of summer for baseball. We'll see what happens with the hockey draft, free agency. Should be exciting with Mitch Marner apparently, not going to sign right on July 1st. Might take some time in July, but yeah, I'm doing good
Can
here.
I comment on that now?
Go ahead. Yeah, why not?
Well, yeah, like you and Friedman and Cervelli were saying that
three of the best insiders in the NHL. Me, Ryan Gilbert, Friedman, and Frank Cervelli. Yeah.
That Vegas is a likely candidate, but Thomas Drance, like this guy is sharp as hell. Like he's autistic as fuck, and usually the most intelligent people are. And he noticed right away that the fact that Marner said that he was not gonna sign right on July 1st, that suggests Vegas, because Vegas tends to take time to sign players. Plus, they have to perform some cap surgery in order to get the deal done. So Vegas is looking likelier and likelier. So, I was flush last night, all those bets coming in, and I put a bet on the Golden Knights at 12-1 to win the Stanley Cup. I got to go in. I don't.
Well, why not?
I don't recommend that.
Why not just bet Marner next team Vegas, or is that too short?
I mean, the liquidity in that is you're like $25 down on those markets. I don't know.
I mean, they're not even.
It's not just about Marner though. It's not just about Marner. It's more about Eichel, because I'm all in on the Eichel train.
Contract year for Eichel.
Yes, and I believe in the management there, that they get things done in the offseason and they perform better next year. Hopefully in the playoffs. I mean, they were actually one of the best teams in the regular season. I think that they should have done better against the Oilers. But yeah, I just have a lot of faith right now in the Knights organization, even though they're in a very congested West. So that's my first bet of the 2025-26 season.
You don't have. I thought you had Ducks. I thought you had Ducks already.
Oh yeah, okay, fine. I have some Ducks thoughts for sure.
I mean, Marner could go there too if he wants to go to a low stakes, but he's not going to win right away.
Yeah. 300-1 on the Ducks to win the cup, but that's not winning. I mean, it's just
that's a cash out bet. It's a value bet to have.
Exactly. I do think they're making the playoffs. So
yeah, but got summer coming up. You got the college football experience. You got their team previews. Make sure you check that out there. Also, before we go too far into this, I want to just remind we had the Stanley Cup props contest. First place wins a jersey. Second place wins a $100 gift card to the SGPN store, and we have a tie at the top. I'm not sure how if we're going to split the jersey in half. We have Waylon Jennings. I don't think that's the actual Waylon Jennings there with 22.31. And then Landon Renard here. I did look him up. He's on Twitter. He's followed by the college football experience. So hopefully he is listening. Reach out to myself on Twitter.
What was the contest exactly like?
We could show all picks here because I came in third. I lost by the tiebreaker here. It was very close here for a lot of people. Let me go through the winner here. Head-to-head total goals. Draisaitl was Reinhart. What a game for four
Vancouver
goals
boy
to take over the series lead in points and goals. What a bet there for not to come through. Tkachuk over McDavid, Bennett over Kane. Head-to-head points, he had Tkachuk over Draisaitl, but Draisaitl won. McDavid versus Barkov, Bouchard versus Kane. That's one bet where I took Kane over Bouchard, and I don't know why I did that. And if I didn't, I would have won. And I don't know if I'm allowed to win, but it would have been nice to have a nice.
Yeah, I don't understand the Kane bets. Like Bennett, this is a slam dunk. Like, are these like -110 bets or like?
No, I mean these are not all -110. Like some of these were like -200, -350. This was just put together by our friends at Play Action Pools, and we were able to pick through here. Head-to-head total saves. That was an easy one for Bob because you knew Skinner was going to get pulled at some point. Over 1.5 road wins. Any player hat trick. Any game reach double OT. Any game be a shutout. Any game of 10+ goals. That was a excellent bet for us to cash there. under 35.5 goals. We were on that too, and it went way over. Conn Smythe winner, I believe it was like it had the top guys and then the field. I imagine Bennett was in the field, under 6.5 games. Winner
He can't have
Panthers
been in the field. He was.
No, I think it was McDavid, Draisaitl, Barkov, Bobrovsky, Field. I think that's
Really?
what it was.
Oh, okay, only 4 guys. Makes sense then.
Yeah, maybe I'll go back and look at it, but like that, winner Panthers, and then tiebreaker, total goals scored in the series without going over. This is what won it for him. He had 31, I had 30. So
well, it's a shitty tiebreaker because we still have a tie.
Yeah, it's a tiebreaker. There's no tie. So I will touch base with the bosses here, see how we're gonna do. But yeah, either Landon
Pay them
or
both out. Pay them both out.
Give them both a jersey. Yeah, we'll say reach out to me on Twitter at our Gilbert SOP or at Hockey SGPN. If you're not on Twitter, you can email us hockeygamblepodcast@gmail.com. Get Discord. Yeah, comments here on YouTube if that's the easiest way for you. We'll get in touch and get you guys your prizes there. So congratulations to those two there. And while we're doing that, let's check out the puck buck bets here. I somehow came out on top here, 34-61, up 101.47. You were 28-52, up 85.73. So successful Stanley Cup playoffs here for both of us. I put us in separate tabs so I could order our biggest wins. A lot of our biggest wins. This is me. Carolina round 1. Winnipeg round 1, Carolina round 1, Vegas. A lot of round 1 bets went big on. Perry 3+ goals. That was big for me. Svechnikov, Perry, Vegas in 6. For the Stanley Cup Final, I had Florida in 6 somewhere. That was important. That was a good win. That's somewhere here, unless did I mark it as a loss? Let me say Florida in 6. No, that was Florida in 6 for Carolina. There's Florida in 6 for the Cup. That was plus 55, so that would be, not sure why it's not showing up there, but it's not. Okay, whatever. Your bets, also a lot of early bets. Vegas round 1, Dallas round 2, no 10+ goal games. Edmonton, Florida Cup. You did have Bennett Conn Smythe there later on, but yeah, just pretty good Stanley Cup
I was looking really good if it wasn't for the Conn Smythe and all those Barkov bets, right? Like Barkov and Reinhardt, I was betting those guys heavy game or round 2, round 3, round 4, and that's what sucked me. But yeah, I mean, terrific playoffs. Not like last year.
No,
not like last year. Like
speaking of Speaking of Barkov, though, we're showing us on YouTube. It's a warning. There's some cuts. There's some stitches there. This is what Barkov's hand injury in the from game 1 here. A warning, no gore warning. I mean, if you're on YouTube, turn away. You can zoom in here. Look at this. Look at that.
This is hockey.
That was in game 1. Apparently, he ripped it out twice. I got it glued up. So that explains why he only had a few points there in the Stanley Cup Final. He had what?
That's on his dominant hand too, so it makes stick handling highly difficult, and that explains why he just couldn't score. Like he had that sitter there in game 6, and he just missed the net. But he still does so much off the puck defensively, passing the puck as well, and absolute warrior. So Barkov is my Conn Smythe guy, even though the voters disagreed.
Yeah, I said
not one vote for him.
Not one vote for him. I said last night, like, voters should treat Barkov in the Stanley Cup Final against McDavid like a defenseman. Like he shut down McDavid, and he shut down everyone throughout the playoffs. Like, I mean, Kucherov, I think, had like 1 goal. Other players, like other top players for Toronto, like, he was huge.
The McDavid line only scored twice against the Barkov line across both finals last year and this year.
Yeah, that's
5-on-5.
That's incredible there. And here is the Conn Smythe voting. Forsling got a 3rd place vote from some
Swede, of course.
I mean, Bennett Marchand had all the 1st and 2nd place. Bob snuck in there with some 3rds. Draisaitl got some 3rds. And the point totals.
I like how he didn't even try to pronounce his name.
No, I'm not. No.
Per Bjurman would be my guess.
Sam Bennett.
Aftenbladet, whatever outlet that is.
Yeah, Sam Bennett 76, Marchand 68. It was close. I mean, it was close, and we saw the odds climb for Bennett to like minus 800 in the game,
Yeah.
and neither player had a
If
point.
Marchand scored in game 6, he would have won.
Yeah, if Marchand scored, if he would have tied the record for most goals in a Stanley Cup final with Gretzky. Gretzky has 7. I thought Gretzky had 7.
Oh, okay. I guess the first since 1988 with that Finnish guy.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's
all right.
So yeah, I mean Bennett, Marchand, they were the two.
You like to recognize the guys who do it over the course of the whole playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much of an issue with Bennett being the consummate guys. Anyone but Bobrovsky.
Yeah, and like people are like, oh, Reinhart has a hat trick. Reinhart has 4 goals. Is he going to sneak in some votes? His odds came way down. He was so good, and he played with a grade 2 MCL sprain. Like that opening goal was incredible for him.
Oh my word!
Kachuk played through a ton of injuries as well, like a torn abductor off the bone, had some sort of hernia thing, like just incredible stuff from the Panthers. I mean, you hear this every year with every team, like come out with a laundry list of injuries, but just, Panthers are absolutely a dominant team. I will give it to you. You have to win 3 cups to be a dynasty, but reaching 3 straight Stanley Cup finals back to back over McDavid and Draisaitl, just
in the cap era, you're borderline for sure.
Yeah.
Give them a few years. If they win another one, absolutely a dynasty.
Yeah, I mean,
for me, it's only the Blackhawks because they won 3 cups. The only team to win with their core team in 6 years, 3 cups. So give them a few years. If they win another one, then I'll give them dynasty status. Right now, I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah, their only key free agents are Bennett, who is probably coming back. They have $19 million in cap space to sign Bennett. Maybe Marchand.
Barkov is still in his prime. Forsling in his prime.
Barkov's still in his prime. Anton Lundell might be the biggest steal in the league at $5 million.
Signed till 2030.
Yeah, this is a dynasty right here. I mean,
yes,
we'll see what happens with
that. They're not going anywhere, boys.
No, like they can replace Schmidt, or I imagine he'll come back on like $1 million deal. He got the first handoff there as the veteran to not win the cup. Very, very classy by the Panthers, giving it to all the first-time guys. Like, but the only other free agents, you got Thomas Nosek, Samoskevich, like these fourth-liners guys. So they're going to be right back at it again next year. Once again, we'll be like, can they last the wear and tear of the another playoff run? But they'll probably pick up two guys at the deadline again, and we'll be right back in it.
Yeah, I got thoughts on that later on, but before we get to an ad break, I recognize the timing of the pod right now, but I want to note Samoskevich getting the cup handoff before all the other elite guys on the Panthers. That just shows the team culture of this team. Love it that they gave the cup handoff to Nate Schmidt, who never won a cup despite a couple attempts at doing so. And everyone else who didn't win a cup, even fucking Vitek Vanacek, the backup goalie. So that just shows the culture of this team, I love them so much. I talk shit about the southern markets, how they lack hockey culture, but this is the most hockey team of all hockey teams in terms of how to win hockey. And I just love the culture so much. But carry on.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you mentioned it. They got the ad break here. We are brought to you by the Circa Ultimate Fantasy Football Giveaway. Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas is giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-person league to draft in Vegas and be treated like VIPs for their stay. You get a limo ride from the airport, a $5,000 tab for stadium swim, and a hotel stay for you and your 11 league mates. And you can always get 15% off all the Circa properties with promo code SGP15. Enter the Ultimate Fantasy Football Contest for free at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. And of course, mybookie.ag is your place to bet on every sport, including the NBA Finals. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And Rato, you said you had a lot of thoughts coming into this podcast, so go spew away here. Let's see what you got.
Oh, which one first? Well, I want to talk about the ongoing debate. I don't know if it's reached Philadelphia media, but the state tax thing. I listen to a ton of Toronto media, and for a good reason, because they do have the best guys, the sharpest guys, very guys who are very intelligent in hockey, but they still cannot restrain themselves from whining about the state tax thing, because Toronto is an absolute loser town. Whatever the Raptors bullshit, NBA, who cares? Florida Panthers have not won the Stanley Cup twice in a row because of state tax bullshit. They won because of elite analysis and acquisition of players who have been under what's the word? They have been recognized to be the quality that they have been in other markets, like Forsling from Vancouver and Buffalo. Sam Reinhart, they acquired him. They're winning cups because they are able to identify elite talent and not overpay them, not overpay players. Yeah. Sure, state tax is an advantage. You can pay them a little less, but it's mostly because they're able to bring in these guys and build a winning culture. That's why they're winning these cups, and a winning culture breeds success in itself, because players want to go win a cup. Sure, they want more money. Sure, they want to live in the in Florida, where the weather's always good all the time. We wear flip flops to the rink, but it's not just because of the state tax thing. Like demanding that the NHL change the rules to make it more fair, it infuriates me, to be honest, because it diminishes the quality, or diminishes the respect that the Jim Nill in Dallas. And I always forget the GM of the Vegas Golden Knights. Is it
is that McPherson?
McPherson, yes, I think you're right. What he's done there is absolutely incredible. And Bill Zito, when he came to Florida,
McCrimmon is the guy's name.
McPherson,
McPhee. What McPhee was the first guy. So
all right, all the mix, the mix, like your flag in the background. So yeah, that just it disrespects the work that they have done in terms of bringing in elite talent, making excellent trades with other teams. I listen to a lot of Vancouver media as well, and we don't complain about that at all. There was always the parallels between Vancouver and Toronto in terms of being, loser franchises and all that. But Vancouver is not whining about that. It's always Toronto who are whining about the state tax thing for some reason. We whine about the LTAR bullshit and whatever. That's fine. I don't have a problem with it, because you do whatever you can to win. Yeah. Just like, even flopping is okay. Like it draws a penalty and get a power play out of it. Okay, it looks ugly, but it gets the job done. So I just have a massive issue with all these Toronto clowns always saying that Florida's only winning because of the state tax bullshit, and they want to change all the rules because of it. I have an issue with the Southern cultures, whatever, because they don't love hockey unless they're actually winning teams. That's fine. I do want an authentic hockey market to win once again, but it's not because of the state tax thing. That's not the reason why these teams are winning. It's because of sharp management, because of integration between management and coaching. It's alignment. And that's why they're winning, not because of the state tax thing. So I just want to get that on the record first and foremost. And there's no betting application for this, but it's just a general sentiment on how hockey is at these times. And did they say that it's because of the flat cap? The Lightning won before the flat cap started. They won because they were an elite team. They failed multiple times before they got to the summit in a time there was no flat cap. Yeah. And the Panthers now, they didn't win because guys were taking $1 million or $2 million less. They won because they have excellent drafting, excellent talent acquisition, excellent pro scouting. That's why they won. So I just want to get my thoughts on the record.
That's great thoughts there. Yeah, I mean they identified Lundell. They locked him up to that $5 million deal. They identified Gustav Forsling, who was waived by Carolina, who is a team that's usually good at talent evaluation, but they got him. They got Eetu Luostarinen back in 2020 in the Vincent Trocheck trade to Carolina. Right. Sam Reinhart, they gave up Devin Levi first round pick for, and then he re-signed. The Tkachuk trade was huge for them, a huge gamble, and it definitely paid off, with getting rid of Weegar, getting in Tkachuk there, definitely changed the whole franchise. So it's not the state tax. You can point to the state tax if you want to. That's an argument you can make.
It's a mild advantage for sure.
It's whining. It's whining about it.
Yes, it is whining. Because
I
only hear Toronto people really vocal about this.
Canadian media should be more concerned with the what's the word? The Canadian dollar versus the US dollar, because they pay players in American dollars and they take in money. That's
they get paid in US.
Yeah, that's a disadvantage for Canada, is it not?
No, they get paid in USD and they spend in Canada.
But they get less gate revenue from fans and from concessions and whatnot, because they're taking in Canadian money and paying out US money.
I'm talking about the players, though.
Oh, for the players, yeah. For the players, I'm saying from the team's perspective. So yes, we agree. We're just looking from different perspectives, I think. Okay,
I don't know. I haven't heard this thought though. Anyway,
the Canadian dollar is weak compared to the US dollar.
Yes, but the players playing in Canada get paid in USD.
Yes, but
they get to live in Canada.
Yeah, I'm looking from the franchise point of view. Like the fans don't care about the players being happy. The Canadian teams aren't getting the American dollars in concessions and whatnot that the American teams are. They're getting less and potentially have to. I think that's more valid.
We are going way out of our.
We are. I think that's more valid than the state income tax. That's all I'm saying.
There's also the advantage for Canadian teams like Toronto and Vancouver of having all these elite players born in these provinces.
Yeah, she'll get hometown discounts. Yeah,
exactly. Do you think John Tavares would sign with Toronto if he wasn't from the area? No, he would not. They don't talk about that. They just talk about, this guy took $1 million less because he gets paid in USD and he doesn't have to pay state taxes. Fuck that.
You know what Toronto media should be complaining about? They should be complaining about the Maple Leafs blowing a 3-1 lead with a 2-0 series lead over the Panthers. That was the only time you thought the Panthers were done in the playoffs. First round against the Lightning, we thought the Lightning might have a chance, but they were clearly more beat up than we thought.
That was the real Eastern Conference Final for me.
Yeah, I mean, Leafs took them to task there too for a few games, but the Panthers are built to play 7-game series. They wear you down. They wear you down throughout the series, and we saw that. And then the Hurricanes, they dominated, and the Oilers, the Oilers got game 1 win in overtime, comeback win their other one. But I mean, the Panthers were clearly the better team the whole way, and I think all of their series. But I did want to bring up a few things on the Oilers side of things. McDavid seemed to not be happy with Knobloch not making game plan changes, or he was just frustrated, saying we kept fucking trying the same thing over and over again, just banging our heads against the wall. They definitely do need more depth, but Hyman getting hurt them. Nugent Hopkins wasn't 100%. Ekholm was not good either. He got walked a few times on at least one of those Marchand goals. Yeah, injuries affected them there. And also just want to point out Evander Kane being a little bitch for getting ejected and not coming back out for the handshake line.
He's Evander Kane, man. Yeah, total goon. Never liked him. Yeah, it's a culture issue. The Florida Panthers, they would never have a guy like Evander Kane on the team. At least not a principal part of the team. And yeah, the Oilers do have a culture issue. You go beyond Perry, McDavid, and Draisaitl. Nugent Hopkins, of course, he's a crucial part. Bouchard maybe, but beyond that, there's not a lot of guys who provide a lot of the same kind of culture. There's no
cohesion. Hyman does from what we saw.
Oh yeah, but he's injured. Yeah, he was injured. That was a massive loss.
Yeah.
But there's no. I wouldn't put them on the level of the Panthers in terms of team culture. No. There's such a buy-in. If you take Vanacek being handed the cup before all these other guys who've been doing so much more work than he did in the games, and that just shows that there's total alignment. Alignment is the word of the day, and that's what the Panthers have. The Oilers do not have that yet. It's not even to discredit the Oilers. They're just not at the level of the Panthers, because the Oilers are absolutely the best of the West.
Yeah,
we recognize
like,
this.
Like teams, people should not be shitting on the Oilers for coming up short again. It's just how good the Panthers are. The Panthers had 3 elite lines, and the Oilers had 1, and like that's it. And they got hurt. And but maybe their culture will be helped by Trent Frederick apparently getting a 8-year deal there to stay in Edmonton. But yeah, Edmonton has a lot of guys that come in 1-2 year deals. They don't have enough of a core like Florida does, where they can come in and do that. Like McDavid and Draisaitl lead by example by being so elite and skillful. They don't have, like we talked about the thing with Nate Schmidt in that exhibition game. Like, we don't do that here. Like,
it's a matchup issue. Like, just like the Oilers are built to beat the Kings, I think Trent's make this point as well. The Panthers are built to beat the Oilers because they have the neutralization factor of Barkov, Forsling, and Reinhart at his peak. Like, Reinhart clearly got healthier during the course of the series.
Barkov won the Selke. Reinhart was second or a finalist, and Forsling would be a finalist if there was a defensive defenseman trophy. Like that's an insane trio to put out there.
If you just knock out the Oilers' top echelon, the rest of the depth takes care of the business for the Panthers, because Lundell could be a first-line center on a lot of teams right now, and he's playing third-line center. We got Marchand on that line. We got Luis Varinen, who's absolutely come on. And then we got this scoring line of Tkachuk and Bennett on the second. It's not like the NBA where just like the best player just dominates, right? You require depth in hockey. Like the McDavid can't play fucking 40 minutes a game. So that's where depth comes in, and nobody has depth like the Panthers do right now. So,
yeah. Looking at the points in the playoffs, I'm not sure what Sean is saying here in the chat. The fuck you mean? They literally dominated Stars.
We said that the Oilers are the best of the West.
Yeah, they're best of the West. Like the Vegas, they dominated those teams. But looking at the points here in the playoffs, I mean, Draisaitl, McDavid led, tied for the lead, 33. Then they had Bouchard 23, Nugent Hopkins 20. And then it was Perry 14. Panthers, you got Reinhart, Tkachuk, Verhaeghe, all 23. Bennett 22, Barkov 22, Marchand 20, Luosterainen and Lundell 19, 18. Like Rodriguez 15. Like they have the depth. Ekblad 13. And it's just, you shut down that top line of Edmonton. You shut down that power play. You don't take penalties, and you win.
Archer's still disagreeing with us, saying the Oilers had great depth, but they had fine depth. But that doesn't compare to the Panthers. Like, look at their third line. Marchand, Luosterainen, and Lundell compared to what? Connor Brown and Adam Henrique. They fucking kill them.
Shout out Podkolzin, though. He had the only goal of Game 6.
Look at the defense. Look at the defense there. Look at the defense. Nate Schmidt and Aaron Ekblad. 83% expected goals for percentage in the series. What did the Oilers' second deep pairing do? Nothing close to that. They got fucking swamped. And yeah, because the Forsling pairing always was against McDavid. So when you pair Ekblad and Schmidt against the middling Oilers group, they're going to dominate. So that's another example of how the Panthers won this series with depth. I don't know what the hell his argument is.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying. Yeah, we said it. He's saying, having Skinner and Arvidsson as your scratches are more often than not your second and third line guys. Yeah, our Skinner and Arvidsson are the third. They're the third piece on a good line. Like Skinner can't carry a line. He can be the winger when there's other two good centers and wingers. He says, "Okay, I'll give you their D-men goal and goals and bad." Yes,
we're comparing them to the Panthers, though. We're not comparing them like to an average team. We're not comparing them to the Canucks. Like the Panthers' depth, like what? Their fourth line is like as good as the Oilers' third line.
Yeah, I don't really.
I don't understand.
I don't really know what he's saying.
We're not going to indulge that anymore. Ignore him. Ignore Archer.
No, but Edmonton is very good. I think looking at the Stanley Cup odds for next year, you got Panthers at Edmonton both at plus 750. They're the rightful favorites to win their conferences. We'll see how the offseason changes that. We'll see how teams do and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, anytime you have McDavid and Draisaitl, and how much cap space they got 12 million in cap space, not a ton. They may have to do some maneuvering there as well. Darnell Nurse contract, that is absolutely awful. $9.2 million.
How long is that going for?
Until 2031 or
Jeez.
2030 it is. So maybe they'll buy him out at some point, but that's rough. That's a rough.
Yeah, this was probably the best chance, to be honest, because they're an old team now. You know, Corey Perry's not going to keep doing this. Evander Kane, he's done.
Hyman's 33, Nugent Hopkins 32.
Yeah, he's rough. So yeah, they got to perform some magic there in the front office.
Yeah, especially if they look to resign McDavid, he'll get 15 or 16, and that'll be 30 million to their top two guys, and that's just. Cap going up. We'll see what happens.
And the West is going to be better, man. Like other teams are coming up. We got the Ducks. We got the Wild.
Stars Utah looking better too.
Yes. So the West is going to be loaded.
Yeah. So we'll see what the Oilers do this offseason. Before we move on here, we are also brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is going long for the NBA Finals with their extender bonus, hopping game one. And the longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. Sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. And of course, Rhythm, they got their power trends, AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a high return on investment. Power trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets. Download the Rhythm app, check out power trends, and start betting smarter. You know we'll be. Get your 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. I did want to look at NHL draft odds a bit. I know we talked about it a bit last show, but looking here on our friends at MyBookie, I've done a little bit more draft research in over the past few days, doing some podcasts for Broad Street Hockey with the Flyers having the 6th pick. So Frondell still the favorite for the 3rd overall pick at -140. Desnoyers plus 250. Martone, Higgins. Don't hate Martone there at plus odds, plus 350. Could see Chicago go for a big winger to pair with Bedard. That's probably the way I would play. The 3rd overall pick would be Martone there. Frondell does look like he'll be the guy, but I'm not going to lay -140. Brady Martin under 8.5, -330 is probably too high to bet, but it does look like he is coming up the ranks a little bit. Desnoyers is at 4.5. I think that's probably where he should be. I could see that over 4.5 Desnoyers being a solid bet at a plus 115. These later guys, I don't know too much about yet. Cole Reshny.
A lot of movement there for the over.
What was he at before?
It was almost a pick 'em there for 17.5.
Ooh, okay. All right. Yeah. So he looking like he's, that's probably a good, McQueen 8.5 is, McQueen's kind of the wild card of this whole first round, the top 10, top 15. I do think over is probably the way to go, but I don't know if I'd lay -210. Got some head-to-heads that I don't really know too much about. Cullen Potter.
Lakovic there, up.
You like Lakovic over Carbonneau?
Yeah, getting some steam for Lakovic. We got a plus 120. He's down to even money. I still like Lakovic over Carbonneau there. I think that he should be the favorite to go before Justin Carbonneau.
Yeah, from what I've read or heard about those two guys, like Lakovic seems like a more of a sure thing, while Carbonneau is like high skill, but he could bust out there. He could be a bust.
Yeah, like I could see the Canadians taking him because of the name and all that and French stuff.
And the Canadians do have back-to-back picks at 16 and 17. Cullen Potter is interesting. He's another, potentially boomer bust guy. 25.5. I know I've seen him go to the Flyers at 22 in a few mock drafts. 21. Would probably play the under there. I think, a team might take a chance on him early, but about to pick him there.
Why the fuck are we talking about this?
I'm because you weren't there and I put NHL draft odds. So going through these quickly.
Yeah, we're just repeating ourselves from the last show.
So, all right, let's. What else you have to say here after this? All this.
A review of the.
Oh yes, a review of the season. Your best bets, worst best, lessons learned. What are you thinking?
Well, my worst bet, you got to go to the summer of 2024 with the hype I had on the Nashville Predators. It looked really good, when they got the Marchessault coming in, Brady Shea, and that did not work out. Like we had Brunette, Jack Adams. We had Predators over the points. We had Predators Cup, and we fell for the free agency hype of getting these elite guys in. And yeah, that was a terrible bet because they finished as one of the worst teams in the league. And yeah, that was a rough one. It's just another reminder to not believe entirely in the free agency method of attack. Just getting the big name players in, and because it can corrupt your culture. Like they've been building up these young guys to be elite players, and these guys, they interfere with that, and they couldn't get it going. And yeah, the Predators just fucking sucked. So that was probably my worst bet. We'll add one more worst bet.
To talk about the Predators, hopefully everything goes well for Roman Josi, who was diagnosed with POTS recently. Apparently he'll be
POTS. What's that?
It's something where like it affects like your blood stuff. It's like you faint a lot. Like it's what is POTS? It's postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Is a condition where excessive increase in heart rate occurs upon standing, often accompanied by symptoms like dizziness, fatigue, and brain fog. So they did release a statement today. He should be able to play to start next season, but if he's out, like if he's done, that's a huge hit to their to the blue line.
Trevor in the chat is asking,
yes,
our futures
for other sports.
Do you know any futures you have?
No, I don't. I don't. Do you? You got any good tennis futures worth doing or anything?
Yes, it's all U.S. Open futures. And Ryder Cup golf, Europe plus 140 or better. I like that a lot. I think that they should be like pick them. Plus 140, plus 145 to win the Ryder Cup, the Euros. I know it's on American home soil and all that. Maybe you don't want to bet against the Americans for fan reasons, but I do like the Euros to win because they're dominant. Like Sepp Straka, we got Rory McIlroy coming in. I do not expect him to play as poorly as he has for the past few weeks. John Rahm killing it. Ludwig Odberg, he's going to get better. It's like Scheffler for the Americans. I don't know, like Morikawa and Cantley. Like these guys are not on their level. So I love the Europe to win the Ryder Cup is my favorite one. But for the U.S. Open for tennis, Jannik Sinner, of course. I'm not sure what the current odds are, but I'm going to be on him regardless. I already have some stuff with him. And Mira Andreeva. I know her odds have come a lot down, and she's not playing great right now, but I'd be looking her way for the U.S. Open. But it's probably Sabalenka for the U.S. Open. But yeah, Ryder Cup for the golf would be my favorite future at the moment in other sports. And of course, I mentioned before the show that I already bet the Vegas Golden Knights to win the Stanley Cup, thinking that they might get Marner after all, and they can get rid of fucking Alex Pietrangelo and just get a bit younger. I believe in the management there in Vegas, so that's what I've got going on there. But to carry on. Worst bets.
So worst bets. I guess I'll throw mine out here since you threw out your Predators. My worst bets were just the Calder Trophy market. I just got killed in that market. Did not really get any Hudson until late, just to save some face there. I split big bets between Michkov and Stankoven when the markets opened last year. Michkov, was not a finalist. John Tortorella did not do him any favors, but I mean, then I went on Celebrini during the season. He kind of faded a little bit and ended up being third behind Hudson and Wolf. So Stankoven ended up being seventh in voting, getting 2 fourth place votes and 16 fifth place votes. So Calder Trophy was not good for me last year, but Demidov looks like the guy this year. I mean, plus 240 at DraftKings. He's 2-1 or shorter elsewhere.
Sexy.
It's
sexy.
Demidov's looking good.
I love it. I'm gonna be all over Demidov. I already have bets on him. That's another future for you, Trevor. Demidov in parlays. Don't stick too much for something that's not going to be settled in a year. But start looking towards that. Another worst bet was Capitals under their point total. Capitals missed the playoffs parlays. Oh, that was the worst. They fucking dominated the Eastern Conference. I did not expect that at all. That's the opposite example of the Predators, where the Predators totally failed in free agency, but the Capitals were able to bring in these guys and adjust them to their culture. And Spencer Carberry deserved all the credit. And we lost on the we lost a little bit on the Jack Adams, but it's always if you're not winning like massive money on the Jack Adams, you're doing something wrong. And we did not win massive money on the Jack Adams in this one, so we lost on that. So the Capitals kind of fucked us over. So that's my other worst bet.
Yeah, I think one of my season-long bets that I had unders on were I think the Kings. I think I had the Kings either to miss the playoffs or something like that, and they had 105 points. They almost won their division. So, I mean, Byfield came up big for them. Kopitar and Doughty still being great when they were playing. So, Kings. I mean, Rob Blake, I'm not sure why he still has a job. He's done a few bad trades and contracts there, but Kings still keep chugging along there.
So now on the positive side, best bets, I'll just pick two out. You could say it's a bad bet because I did bet a lot of Celebrini mid-season, but Lane Hudson, 12, 10, 8, 6-1, 5-1 in the first half of the season, all over that. And I thought the Celebrini would go away with it. So I was betting him in the middle third of the season. And so you could say it's a bad bet, but no, Lane Hudson was absolutely a deserving winner in the end, given the fact that the Canadians made the playoffs. Did he set the record for most most assists by a rookie defenseman?
I think
he was up there anyway. Yeah,
I think he did.
So I'm going to take some credit for that. Anyway, I think that's a really good bet. Made a lot of money on Hudson. Celebrating would have been nice too, but Calder Cup Calder Trophy was really good. Calder Cup in my mind because go Abbotsford, baby, 2-1.
You got Seelov's getting an assist last night.
Yes, sir. Linus Karlsson, Ashley Baines, killing it. Finally, we'll wrap this up. Atlantic to win the cup. That's it. Like I've been betting that ever since I believed in the Lightning. I believe in the Panthers. I even kind of believed in the Leafs, but it was mostly just I didn't believe in any of the fucking Metro teams. So I knew that one of those teams from the Atlantic would make it to the finals. So you can do whatever you want with those bets at plus 280, plus 300 in the finals. So that made me a lot of money. The Atlantic to win the cup was absolutely immense. Because the Hurricanes, the Devils, the Capitals, they were all frauds. And the Atlantic was clearly the stronger division in that conference. So that was my favorite bet. And it paid out.
Run that back this next year. I mean, who in the Metro is going to – you have no idea even who's going to make the playoffs out of those teams. Like the Rangers.
Jack Hughes is healthy, maybe the Devils.
Yeah, I think Devils will be good in the regular season, but they don't have what it takes in the playoffs there.
Fitzgerald was saying that they need to reorganize or reorient themselves around a different kind of culture. So I'm still positive on the Devils. You know, I know you hate them because of the Turnpike rivalry, whatever the fuck it's called, Battle of Turnpike.
They did also steal Brad Shaw, who's a wizard on defense. So now he's working with Dougie Hamilton and Luke Hughes. So
all right,
that's scary for Flyers fans. But yeah, Devils I think are a team to watch in the next few years, but I think they need some experience first. But Atlantic.
Here's my bold take. This is what the Canucks should do. Trade Quinn Hughes to the Devils right now. Just fucking tank. Because the Canucks are not winning the West, given the strength of the conference for the next 5 years. Just fucking trade Quinn Hughes. Just sell out. Just fucking tank. Get some promising prospects in. Get some elite talent. Because these guys are not going to win the cup in the next 10 years. This core is not going to do it. Because they're not keeping Quinn Hughes. He's not going to stick around for a team that's continually on the bubble. So that's my bold take. Just fucking sell out. Just get rid of these guys. And be a bottom feeder like the Sharks or the Ducks. And get elite talent. That's the long-term plan for the Canucks. I'm saying it right now.
I think they should trade Quinn Hughes to the Devils as well. But I think they should get someone that can help them win now in the future. Look,
okay, if Quinn Hughes stays, then okay, you got to build around it. But I don't believe he stays. That's the whole premise of my argument.
Yeah, I don't think he'll stay either. I think he'll either go to the Devils or go to somewhere where he's at least closer to his brothers there. And like, I was always
he's going to the Devils. There's no other team that I would suggest like he sticks around. Like it's either Vancouver or New Jersey, and I think it's New Jersey.
Yeah, I was always thinking like Quinn Hughes, something with like Nico Hischier and like a defenseman, but I forgot Hischier is their captain. I don't know if they would trade him, but maybe they get a European thing going in Vancouver. Who knows? But looking at Vancouver's cap, like they have Hronik, they have all these other guys signed up. Marcus Pettersson is locked up. They'd have to trade Pettersson. They'd have to trade Quinn Hughes, which is probably the best thing to do for the long term. But
sell them all. Believe in the Abbey Canucks.
Teams don't do that.
Believe in the Abbey Canucks.
Yeah, no. Especially GMs that know they're gonna be fired if you trade Quinn Hughes, you're gonna be fired in a few years. Like you're not gonna see out a rebuild. So
yeah, Rutherford's not sticking around for the long term. But that's objectively, if you take away all those tangential personal reasons, I think that they should just fucking sell. Like that's the Canucks path to the future, because just wait out the Avalanche, their reign, wait out the Stars, wait out the Oilers, and then the Canucks will rise to the top. You got to have a long-term plan, right?
I mean, in the Pacific, I feel like they could rise up in the next few years. Like the Kings, they have a few good young pieces, but they could fade. Are the Knights just going to be good always? Like
with this management, for sure.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with Eichel if they get Marner. Like, I don't know. It's very hard to sell a tank in a rebuild to any fans, especially in the.
You have the other arguments for ownership. You want to keep the guys in the building, raise the ticket prices and all that bullshit. But from a strictly hockey perspective, I think the plan is, if you just want to win the cup, the plan is just fucking tank for a few years.
Yeah. What is Quinn Hughes' injury? Is that something that could be like something that sticks with him? No. Okay.
No, that's fine. Demko is the only one that's
Demko. Yeah, there's talks if the Flyers should trade for Demko, but I mean, Erson's injury prone, Demko's injury prone. It was not be good there. You mentioning the Atlantic to win as a good one reminded me of my Central to win the cup bets as a bad one. It looked good. Jets, Stars, Avs. I mean, Wild were in there for a bit.
I don't think it was bad. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't like my worst bet. It's not a worst bet, but it was, it just reminded me that I had that. Probably should have also had some Atlantic to have 2 plus 250 bets or whatever there.
The Avalanche should have won that round one. And who knows how would have happened with the Avalanche. I think it matched up better against the Oilers. Yeah, and the Stars do.
Absolutely, I think so. Yeah, and also, do you see Smitty here in the chat?
Oh, fuck him! I'm not paying attention to him. I'm a fake Leafs fan. The only thing worse than a Leafs fan is a fake Leafs fan.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Any other points you want to get off your chest here before we reach the hour mark here?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, appreciate.
Shout out Sam Reinhart, Vancouver boy, getting it done there in Game 6. Absolutely love to see it. Fuck the Oilers. Fuck all the Oilers fake fans in the bars. Fuck the fucking Vancouver bars for putting up the goal sirens when the Oilers score, even though they're our cursed rival. Fuck them all. Go fucking Panthers. Let's fucking go. Brad Marchand is an absolute legend, even in this city.
Great seeing Marchand and Luongo celebrate there together.
Another Vancouver legend there. Roberto Luongo, love to see him succeed after being treated very terribly here in Vancouver. But that's what happens in a proper hockey market, unlike that.
Appreciate all you guys following along all season long. We'll keep you guys updated. The off-season stuff, draft, free agency, any other golf, tennis, whatever else is going on. So make sure you subscribe to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on YouTube. Like and comment there. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple and Spotify. Follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN. Get in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Meyer. You can hopefully find me a few pounds lighter with some hair off my head.
See ya.